Hello and welcome to This Must Be Talking Heads. I'm your host, Rodney, the world's best and only Talking Heads historiologist. Today we're going to be looking at something a little bit unusual. It's a David Byrne lost music video, although it's a music video that never actually came out, except it sort of did. All right, this is hard to explain. Let me just get into it. I've just released a podcast episode that was about tracks by David Byrne that were collaborations or for special projects that sort of don't sit within an album or don't sit within a nice, tidy container. They sit outside of that, so I just grouped them all together because what they had in common with each other was that they weren't related to anything specifically. One of those songs was a holiday song called Fat Man's Comin'. It was David's first sort of Christmas song, although it's probably not what we would think of as a traditional Christmas song. We'll get into the content of the song a little bit later, but it's kind of more like a horror story, or it draws the parallels between what we think of as a Christmas experience of Santa visiting and how creepy it is to have someone come into your house and leave gifts that are unattended, that you don't know what they are. So there's the content of the song, but what I really want to drill into here is about the video, which is to say that David had envisaged in his mind that there would be a video for the song, and he even storyboarded it. This would happen, then that would happen. We will see this happen. We will see that happen. So we're going to go through that because it's online and I've found it. When they released this content on Bandcamp, they put the song up for sale, and then they also released a video to say, here's the storyboards that we have, and here's how they would be sequenced within the song. So they released that on Bandcamp. Now, unfortunately, that song has been removed from Bandcamp, and you can still find the song out there, but the video doesn't seem to be really surfacing anywhere except that I found it somewhere. So we're going to have a look, we're going to walk through it, I'm going to react to it, and we're going to see what we make of it. So remember that the song is called Fat Man's Coming, and it's about Santa coming. So this is what the song image is. It's basically this sort of shot from the back of someone's head. You can see he's wearing a bit of a hat, has long, I guess, white hair with a furry collar, and then a darker, I guess, red colored jacket. So this is still out and about. This is still available. But this is only one of the screen captures that was provided for the video. So that's what we're going to watch. So I found this embedded on the Pitchfork site. And again, it says here, Fat Man's Comin' from the album Fat Man's Coming by David Byrne. You can click on this, but when you click on it, the links go to just something that's dead. It's just not there anymore. But I guess even though this album has been deactivated on Bandcamp, and I think you can even find this song on Spotify and maybe Apple Music and stuff like that. Even though the actual product has been deactivated on Bandcamp, this video must be an asset within that product. And because Pitchfork here, the great people at Pitchfork, because they've embedded it into their website, I can still access it. So let's have a watch. I will turn the music down though so that I don't get copyright struck. So let's go scene by scene. This says, The Fat Man's Comin', song by David Byrne, arranged and produced by, I think this is Jarek Bischoff, and obviously a Santa boot. What's next? I mean, there's a couple of points in this video where there's stock photography or sample videos or something. So there's this sort of icy landscape. Then we get another icy landscape. This is a bit more treacherous. Okay, our first screenshot. It says twilight, there's snow, a large black boot stomps into powdery snow. If you've never seen a storyboard before, these little arrows mean action. This thing is moving. So this is a foot moving down into some snow. Okay, sky, twilight, straggly white hair, snow, ratty coat. So this is Santa Claus, but he is like, he's a little bit edgy. Steampunk sleigh, partly visible in silhouette. A steampunk sleigh. Rear silhouette of man doing something mysterious. Okay, twilight. So I guess it's just meant to be not clear what this guy's up to, right? Xmas lights on houses or not? Yeah, I guess that's probably like tipping your hand a little bit too early to put Christmas lights on their houses. Suburban house, car pulls up, family rushes inside. Okay, rushes inside. Snow on roofs and lawns. Yeah, that makes sense. I guess part of the motif of the song is that the family, even if they say they don't believe in this guy who comes in the night, they're sort of reacting as if they know that he might be coming. Okay, suburban house interior. Dad peeks through curtains, children watch in apprehension. Exterior, we see dad looking close up, worried. Close up, kids watching dad. Mum locks door. Thanks, Mum. Door shuts in another house, lights go out. So this is something that everybody, it's not unique to this one family. Everybody knows about this. So this is obviously the shot from the cover. From behind, straggly hair, ratty fur collar. Here he comes. He's coming for them. Twilight, traveling south. Why would it matter that he's traveling south? I don't know. Snow cover, approaching town at night, twilight from air. So I guess this is meant to be like a shot that's kind of going along a road, as in like he's heading towards your town, Exterior, flying low over snow-covered suburban houses. Dim light in bedroom, move down hallway of suburban house. So there's like pictures on the wall here. You would imagine, I guess, like a panning shot or a dolly shot down a hallway. Maybe this door here is slightly ajar. Maybe it's closing. Dim bedroom, mum or dad tucking children in. Could be either of them, but the light is on, I guess. There's a night light on. That would help light the scene as well as like, I don't know, my kid has a light on in her bedroom. Empty living room. So they're asleep. Everyone's asleep, but the house is like vulnerable now. There's a creepy angle on the stairs. Think like Home Alone. Or some horror movie. This is where I'm getting really horror movie vibes, right? Angle up on snow-covered trees. Angle up on snow-covered tree. I guess this is to establish that this person is on the ground now. The fat man is on the ground. Exterior snow-covered houses, lawns, streets. Sleigh. Ratty packages. Everything's ratty with this guy. Exterior, man approaching window. Basement window? Basement window would be scary. Closer, man carefully heaves himself inside. He has packages with him. I guess at this stage, it's still meant to be possible that this guy's like a home invader, which is, I mean, again, that's part of the theme of the song. The man leaves a package behind a chair. This is when the lyrics are starting to talk about someone invading your home and leaving packages unattended, which is obviously like the implication of an unattended package is that like it could be a bomb or something, right? Another package placed under a coffee table. Another shot of ice and a glacier sort of thing here, which, all right. I don't even know what these are. I guess they're rocks covered in snow. Or are they bits of ice they're floating? Or are they crushed up on some other snow? I can't tell. Man in bed hears something downstairs. Uh-oh. Headphones window not shut. Looks outside. What? Sleigh tracks in snow yard. So he's gone. Entire family huddled together. It's over. Ooh, the relief. They made it through unscathed. This ordeal with this person. More stock footage here of just snow-capped areas. And then a reveal. This is the most bewildering shot of this whole animatic or this whole storyboarding this is the most bewildering shot that I can think of. This Yeti type shot. I guess we don't see the fat man, but is the implication that the fat man might be some kind of snow Yeti or a monster? Literally, I guess it's kind of implied that it could be something we worry about, but is it literally meant to be that it's a snow monster that we have been watching this whole time? Not a man with long white hair, but an actual Yeti or something. Is this just a placeholder for like, imagine Santa, but with this sort of look on their face and in this kind of setting? Like, I guess it's open for our interpretation because this isn't finished. Whether this was meant to signal, yeah, it's actually a monster or not. Good looking monster though. Cute. Cute eyes. Fade to white. Wow. I mean, what can we say about all of that? I mean, first of all, I wish it was actually a video. That would be nice. Even if it was a little animated video like this with little drawings that animated, that would be cool. A video in this animation style would be kind of cool. No, I mean, these days you could like use AI to generate something like that. I think that would be terrible. Like, I just don't like the idea of that. I would much rather something be done correctly. I'm glad that we have this little glimpse more than nothing at all. But it also feels a little bit unsatisfying that that's all we got. That said, I'll take it. I'll work with it. Look, it's a funny little song. Apparently it was recorded during the era when David and St. Vincent were collaborating, and then they decided this song might not be a great one for us to do together. So it sort of got parked a little bit. Came out a few years ago as a bit of a fundraiser for David's Reasons to Be Cheerful project. Weird little song, but that's exactly what the podcast covering all those weird little songs is meant to be about. Like these little oddities that are just free-floating little things. So tell me what you thought about that video. Do you wish it was a full video? Are you glad to see the glimpse that we got? Would you rather have not had any glimpse? Did you never even hear of that song before and this is the first time you're hearing about it? If so, you're very welcome. That's going to be it for today. Podcast has just gone out. Go and check that out. There's plenty of videos going up all the time about great live shows from the history of Talking Heads and of David Byrne. If not already, then coming up. There's also lots of releases coming out for Record Store Day and just generally. So I am obviously going to be covering all of those, previewing them and reviewing them when I get my hands on them. So if you haven't already, please stay subscribed and I'll see you in the next video. Till then, take care. I've been Rod. See you next time.